Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about our house hunting journey. I'm in my daughter's bedroom at the moment, as you guys can see, with the little baby clothes behind me and things. So yeah, this house hunt is the first house hunt that we did as a married couple. The actual process from starting to look at houses until actually now being in this new house took about 6 months. So that's about half a year. Some people it's shorter than that. Some people the process is longer than that. It just depends. We started house hunting early January of this year, so 2022. It started off as we were just having a look on Rightmove online, seeing what was out there, seeing possibly what we could get with our money. We obviously spent a lot of time working on our finances, wondering what we could afford, what we couldn't afford, what was too much, what was just right in terms of budget. We needed to sell the home that we were living in at that time. Which we actually ended up selling it very, very quickly. It went on the market the back end of January and it literally sold within a couple of days of being on the market. It sold very, very quickly and we actually got a very, very reasonable amount of money for the property. To be honest, the amount that we sold for, we probably couldn't sell it for any more than what we did. So I think we did very, very well on that. But again, it depends on the state of the market. At the time that we sold, and to this day still, the selling market is booming. It's not a good time to buy though, because obviously house prices are so high at the moment. But in terms of selling a property, it's like the best time to sell. It's just not a good time to buy. So we sold for a decent amount. And then we actually bought the house we're in now for a pretty good amount, I think, as well, considering the state of the market. In terms of how long it took us to find this house, not very long at all. Our process in terms of finding the house that we thought was the right house for us and our family was a very quick process. It took like a matter of weeks. We didn't see all that many houses, believe it or not. I know some families, when they're house hunting, they see a lot of houses, but we viewed this one pretty early on and we knew that we liked it. Prior to putting an offer in on this house, we did actually see another house in another location that we actually quite liked, but the area was not as good. And it was us who had put an offer in on that home and another family. And the sellers of that home chose the other family, which I kind of feel like was a bit of a blessing in disguise, really, because although we were kind of debating between this house and this other house, this house is in so much of a better area than that other house. And this house is actually bigger as well, especially downstairs. So I think in the end it worked out very well for us. The process took me and my husband, like I say, 6 months. 5 months of that was actually just us going through the moving homes process, if you will, in terms of we'd made the offer on this house, it had been accepted, and we were just waiting for things like searches to come through. We were going back and forth with solicitors, asking questions, raising queries. We wanted to sort out a few more things. We had additional inquiries and things that we felt were very important to us with this house that we needed to deal with our solicitors prior to us all exchanging contracts and for the move to be legally binding, which were eventually resolved, but obviously it did add on some time to the process. And you have to be prepared, I think, in the house hunting process and the moving process for delays. And you also have to be aware that you and your family, whether that be your children, whether that be your husband, wife, your partner, whoever is involved in your family life, you are different people and you may not see eye to eye all the time. So just expect possibly some clashes. A good way to kind of get around that is to be open and honest with each other, but to also just sit down at the very start of the process, this house hunting process, and just air out what you would like in a house. So yeah, this house is like the big deal. This move was the big deal. It's like a proper marital home. It's a home that we found together and agreed on together, so that means a lot. Obviously, you're different people though, and different people have different interests. They have different things that, you know, they like and dislike. So it's good to kind of air everything out near the start of the process so you know what to expect from each other and what each other wants and what each other doesn't want as well. But overall, we found the house very, very quickly. We put an offer in very quickly. It was accepted very quickly. It was a pretty straightforward process. But for us, the delays came afterwards. The delays came during the process with the solicitors and getting the searches through and getting queries answered and things like that. Now that we've moved into this house, it's very clear that there is a lot more work to do than we thought. A lot more little tiny jobs that you maybe don't see whilst you're viewing homes that have cropped up that we need to get sorted, and we have been trying to sort out bit by bit. This house will be even more beautiful than what it is now. I'm sure of it. But I'm sure we're going to be very happy here as well. So yeah, I wanted to just briefly talk about the process and how we kind of did things and the situation and how long it took and things like that. So if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, making it to the end. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye everyone.